Alright guys, welcome to another beer review, and this is one that I'm pretty damn excited for because I think their beers do trickle in to the UK every now and then, and I know that they do a few collaborations here and there. But when I didn't get this from the UK, I got it from the McKellar Beer Club box for June, which if you're interested by this, or any of the McKellar beers that I've done on the channel, then I'll put my referral link down below so you can get yourselves a nice discount on either box. And yeah, give it a go. Definitely worth a try. And when you get beers like this, then it's a little bit more enticing because I'm not too sure how easy this would be to get outside of doing a beer trade or doing like a special order or something like that. I mean, for all I know, this could be somewhat widely available compared to most. But yeah, very, very excited. Even though I'm a little bit, not annoyed, because it's really nothing to get annoyed about, but this brewery sort of had a bit of backlash against Beavertown with their recent like partial takeover. And yeah, I know, you know, breweries do tend to get a little bit annoyed when stuff like that happens. I mean, look what happened to like Wicked Weed, or the people who pulled out of that festival and stuff. But yeah, it just seemed a bit weird the way the Veil, who are the brewery I'm reviewing today, sort of turned their back on Beavertown. Obviously, we don't know really what happened behind the scenes, but the way it was like playing out on social media was they were supposed to be part of the Beavertown extravaganza, and then they just said, nope, not doing it. Which is, you know, I get it, it's making a stand, but at the same time, I think there are people going to the extravaganza on the strength of breweries like the Veil, because they want to try their beers. So there's going to be a few people who are going to be pissed off, but, you know, like I said, nothing to do with me. I don't really care about that sort of thing. If a beer tastes good, I don't care who's brewed it. I don't care what their financial situation. I don't care how successful, how big or small. If you brew a good beer, in my opinion, you brew a good beer, and I will drink that beer again if possible. But that being said, still very excited to try beer by the Veil, because I've heard nothing but good things from them, both the American guys and also the UK guys who've tried some of their beers. But yeah, so this is the BB, which you can't really see because the lighting's not doing it any justice. It is really nice outside, but there are people in the next garden, and I don't want to be that weirdo shooting a review while there's people who could potentially be watching me. But yeah, so this is, I think it's a double IPA coming in at 8% ABV. Not too sure what specific hops or anything like that they've used, but yeah, it's got that sort of like iconic like craft can look to it with the small label on the even though it's not a tall boy, as Rob from Hopscene will correct you. But yeah, I don't know, it's always become like a look at, hasn't it, for like a small label on a big can. And yeah, with the ever growing popularity of cans, we're seeing a lot of artwork like this. But anyway, I digress. So let's get this beer opened and see what we get. So, oi, 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 already. Just look at that. That is absolutely insane. No, I'm not going to go for an Iceman pour, because I am a pretentious twat, but not that much. But even in this like slight dark light, that is just peach yogurt. Do you know what I mean? It's just lovely, gentle, pale, haze for days, tiny bit of murk in there as well. And there's like ever so slight subtle yellow hint to the foam as well. But yeah, it's just like peach and mango juice, just with a little bit of yogurt in there to make it look a little bit creamier. Just looks absolutely fantastic, doesn't it? Especially in this Cloudwater glass, which I'm not going to break with my arse this time. Anyway, A little bit of an obscure reference there for you. Let's give it a sniff. It's what you want with this style. It's not too pungent, not too in your face, but it's so fruity. Yeah, and it's got that like peaches and cream sort of element to it. There's a subtle resiny tone in there. A little bit of dankness. You do get that subtle garlicky, oniony sort of aroma as well. But what is singing is mango. Mango, peaches, a little bit of stone fruit action, a lovely sweet orange, gentle citrusy tones. It's almost like a slight basil in there as well. Almost like a fresh mint also. Those like lovely, really vibrant, punchy herbal tones. But yeah, it just smells absolutely fantastic. Looks good, smells good. I've got the sneakiest suspicion that this is going to taste good as well. So let's find out. Cheers. The body is so smooth and gentle. It's like drinking a cloud. It really, really is. It's so rounded. Just the gentlest carbonation to help that beer along. There's only one gripe about this. I do get a hot burn on the back end. And I've not had that really before with one of these beers. I've been really quite lucky with even a beer that's known to have like that green astringency and hot burn. It's subsided by the time I get my hands on it. But this, it's evident, but it's not too intrusive at the same time. But for a double IPA, the alcohol is masked really nicely, so it's almost like a nice little trade-off. Yeah, it's a little bit mineralesque on the back end on the tongue as well. But they're just minor gripes. You know, once this is smoothened out a little, I mean, I'm not too sure when this was actually canned or brewed, but yeah, it's growing slightly as I'm drinking it. But like I said, it's by no way detracting from the beer too much. It's got that subtle West Coast sensibility to it as well in that regard. And that slight oniony, garlicky, savoury edge is creeping through as well. But for a double IPA, it's drinking so easily without it being weak. Because, like I said, it's the body of the beer that really does shine for me. And that's the washing machine turning itself off. But, yeah, it's a lovely beer. It really, really is. It's not, you know, blowing my mind like I thought it would do, but then again, I think here in the UK we've become really quite good at brewing these sorts of beers now. But yeah, just look at that. It just looks fantastic. It's like the glass is actually that colour. That's absolutely amazing. Just the vibrancy and like almost like chalkiness in there as well. Let's give it one more taste. Loads of citrus that time. Once it's all in the glass. And actually, that slight greenness has subsided a little now that the beer is actually breathing in the glass. But it's still there, if that makes sense. Which in it like a weird sort of way, it's telling you to take your time with this beer, savour it. It is 8%, but I know some people might not like that sort of character. And for me, it's more like the sort of like West Coast, like dankness that I do like. But then you've got these lovely fruity flavours around it. No tartness or anything like that. It's the gentle fruit characters coming from those hops. But yeah, that's really good stuff. It really, really is. I think the only thing that's really stopping this from getting like a 10 out of 10 is that slight greenness on the back end. So in terms of a rating, I'm happy to give this one a 9 out of 10. And you know what? I want to try more beers by the Veil. I want to try more beers by these wonderful American breweries who have influenced our brewers so much. And then the ones that I've had where it's like the American brewers coming over and collaborating with our brewers, and yeah, it's just fantastic. I mean, when I was living in Germany, when these sorts of beers were kicking off, Germany didn't really delve into that sort of stuff until a little bit later on. So when I'm seeing all my friends here on BeerTube drinking these like just juice bombs, I was like a little bit jealous. But then I came to the realisation that if you don't have it all the time, you kind of appreciate it a little bit more. But now that I'm having these beers that are really accessible both domestically and internationally, I'm like, yeah, I really love this style, and it would take me a hell of a lot to get burnt out. I've got 2 more beers in the fridge that I want to drink today, and I think both of them are New England style IPAs, so it's like, hit me up with that stuff. But yeah, that's a lovely, lovely beer. Maybe if I'd have left it for a couple more weeks, it might have just been a little bit more gentler, but as it is right now, it's lovely, and I'm really quite glad that I got to, drink a can of it, thanks to the wonderful folks over at McKellar and the McKellar Beer Club. So yeah, if you've tried this one or any of the other beers by the Veil, or beers that have been brewed in collaboration by the Veil with the Veil, then let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Any recommendations, suggestions, that sort of thing, hit me up. Am I wrong about this one? Did you get a completely different experience? Then let me know. Of course, check out the Veil, check out McKellar, check out that referral link to get yourselves a nice little discount, and yeah, check out my Haze for Days playlist for some more spectacular examples of this style of beer that's just, I don't think it's going to die down anytime soon, and I'm okay with that. So long may it continue. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, whatever you were drinking along with, I hope you enjoyed that too, and I hope you'll join me next time for another beer review. So thank you all for watching, and I shall see you all later. Cheers. And yes, Peter is actually wearing a white t-shirt for once. Fatty doesn't usually wear white t-shirts because he's fatty. Anyway, see you later.